Hi, I'm Rosie. I'm from RoseByNameCo. I normally sell ephemera on Etsy, but I wanted to try my hand at a journal. I always enjoy having journals and always had some kind of a notion of making one myself as well. And I did make this one in a gothic theme, which I love. Anything dark and goblins and ghosts and skeletons is my favorites. This is a 6x6 soft cover journal, and it does have 3 signatures, and it's full of fluff on the top, which I love, and on the side and on the bottom as well. It does stand up quite well, so it should be good on a bookshelf. It does have a chain on the side with some skeletons and some red beads, and this is what's it called, from Tim Holtz hardware, and on the side as well to protect the corners. And I don't want to go on too much about it, so I'm just going to open it just to see what it's like inside. I wanted to show you, even though it is sold already. Thank you very much. But I wanted to have a video of my first baby, so to speak. So let's see inside. We have on the first page here a little bit of ephemera, and this page here is from an old book of a history of a town, and it does show this lady. She's sweeping her porch with a broom, and she looks a little bit like maybe a little witchy poo. She's taking care of her front porch, making sure nothing evil comes to her, I guess. And here we have a sleeping skeleton. He's quite lovely. Going to write a message in the back as well for the lady who bought the journal. Roses here from RoseByNameCo. And there's a little spot as well. Any journaling cards are backed with paper for you to write on, and this one has a gel pen little tag here. Here as well is a spot with a stamp on it. This is from a large piece of cardboard that has this eye-popping design on it. I just thought maybe it would fit in here. And here's an old map in case you need to check out where you are. It is from Europe. And here in the back there is more writing spots and a crow here. Some nice shiny fabric, black, and lots of different types of fabric actually that I used on the tags up here. Here's a journaling spot with number 13 highlighted. And it's up to you whether you believe it's bad luck or not. And here's a recipe that I put in because it says chocolate Bavarian cream pie. Bavaria, I'm not sure, that maybe near Transylvania, somewhere in that side of the world. And here's a journaling spot, and as well authentic ephemera from 1967 that says garlic proves real relief for nervousness, well, which apparently I could use some of that right now. And in the back here, sorry, let me find the spot here. In the back here, we have another journaling card in the back, and as well in the front there is a skull and something about a ritual. You can read about it and see what's going on there. Lots of ribbon. I did leave an empty spot for you to fill in. This is the middle of the first signature, and I did use my own photograph in this one, which I really loved. It's from a cemetery with this beautiful angel, but the fence in the spot in the front makes it a little bit more ominous, so I included it in here. This one's also my photography of a butterfly, which I reversed, and it turned out quite well on tracing paper, and just added a little bit of red and a little bit of beads on it. Beads wherever I can fit them, I do put them in. And tag here, you can write on it. It's got that paper you can play with, and it's got some music sheet and a flowers sheet as well from an old book. And here's just some a bunch of papers you can read or write on. And this one is from a book. It says writing to rats and mice. Well, I don't know what you can write to them, but apparently you can. And here's an eye of a fly, and a little spot in the back with a little picture and an envelope where you can, you know, tuck away some secret messages. More music sheet, and a vintage card that I made into a bookmark, and a little poem here: with time and patience the mulberry leaf becomes a silk gown. I know, something maybe to do with the Gothics. And in here is just another journaling spot where you can tuck in and as well put in something that you want to keep. So lots of space for keepsakes. And here is just a small old calendar and a little ditty about darkness to light, and you can also put your secret message in the back. Coffee dyed paper, lots of ribbon wherever I can put it in on the top, on the bottom. Here is a picture of, I don't know, these people, what they're up to. They're all dressed in black. I think they were at a church. This one, she's wearing a little funny hat, and altogether I'm not sure what they're up to. So, and especially she made me a little nervous, so I just covered her up. And this is the second signature. This is wax paper. It is a map that I got in Europe. It just feels really good. This top one here, well, a little bit of book page upside down on purpose, because, you know, that's how things are. And a little bit of a vintage photo corner. Here is tuck spots that you can put in whatever it is you need to keep. Can number 13, I guess, my favorite number. And here's a lovely crow on this side, another birdie in the back. And here, I guess, is a skeleton hand. You can write in the front and the back, and lots of writing space here. And more skeleton over here. But it's important to me that you have lots of spaces to write on. So lots of space, and as well little pieces of paper to put your secret messages on, which I love. And I don't have a whole lot of time to write any big pages, so I like little pages like this to add my highlights of the day. And this is tracing paper, and I just added some color, and of course you can write in the back, and a fabric pocket here. This is this little ad is authentic from 1967 Farmer's Almanac, and these are copies from my tarot cards that I've had like for years, and they turn out quite well, almost exactly the same as the ones that I have. And here is another one for constancy, and I did write a little letter here with explanation about it that you can read, and I added a little bit of fabric and stampings on top as well. Here's a little booklet with lots of pages that you can put your writings on, and this one even opens up. And there's another little ad from 1967, so that just goes in here, you know, add bling and little beads wherever I can fit them. I did. Here's the middle of the second signature, and this is another cemetery. It is quite a bit of detail here on the stones and graves, so this is one of my own as well. This one I got from the Graphics Fairy. She's very beautiful, but who knows what else she's up to, so I thought she fits in here because that's how it usually is. And a little tuck spot here as well, and lots of writing. Another bat, and another journaling card to write on, tracing paper here as well, and a fabric pocket, and lots of room, you know, to add whatever else you have going. This is a tuck spot as well here, and pocket here, more paper inside here for all your little secret messages, and well, this a skeleton hand for you to write with. And a little bit of stamping and red, anywhere I can fit in red, and black is one of my favorite colors. So here, this one's empty, fill it up with whatever you got. And here, a couple of people, they're just strange looking, and I thought they belonged in here. In the back you can write on, and there's a little pocket here as well. And you can check it out what it is here that they're trying to accomplish back in those days, kind of torture devices. Lovely spider walking across your page, and here an old letter that my mother gave me. I did copy it because it's pretty old, and so I just put more ledger paper on the back so that you can also use it to write on, because it's crinkly. I like it crinkly. Love it. Yes, love it. And here more graph paper and a 1967 ad as well. And just because the colors go with it, some pattern paper, but you can fill it up, whatever you have going. And here's a little card in a pocket. Again, the number 13, writing in the back. And here is lavanda, means lavender tea, and some lilac paper that you also goes with it, and a bookmark as well. This is from Book of Knowledge, as I'm sure you might be familiar with it, very old encyclopedia. They look quite ferocious and beautiful at the same time, these cats, so I included it in here. And faces, I love faces, always wondering what these people were up to back in those days, and they're a bunch, you know, they're all together, warlocks maybe, I don't know. And another vintage card with roses on there, and a little ditty about flies, I guess, how they start from here to here to here. And it's as well a little tuck spot, and in here and in here. And this belly band here from ribbon, and a little bit of beads on top, and this gorgeous skeleton. And you can write in the back of him as well as the ledger paper. There's just some extra paper. You might want to write a letter to somebody or just keep it. So this is, this one is not mine. This one was printed from the Graphics Fairy, but it did go with the rest of it, Cemetery. So I used it, and another journaling card, and some tags with a spider on it, and black one here as well, and some papers over here, old papers. This one's some kind of a, looks like a compass, and an old map, which I stamped out with skeletons, with skulls, and you can figure out maybe where you are if you need to. And just some more paper to write on. So anytime there's a little paper to write on is good for me. And this just goes back in here, a little bit more. And so black ribbon, red ribbon, pink, white, muslin, all kinds of ribbons and laces included. Stamping here a rose, and the back of the cats. Another index card here, and this one is a lovely page from a book where I just like the birds, the way they did them here, all in grayscale, and I just added some spots where you can write them, but you can really write anywhere it is that you find any space. And so here towards the end, this one is from the Almanac from 1967, also Farm Ballads, and this lady's quite spooky, over the hill to the poorhouse, and a little ribbon on top here. Another tag of a man, he looks quite ghostly. Of course you can write all over it, and add anything else you might need to. More paper in here, and a ribbon that just kind of went with everything here, and more tag, and just a little ephemera. This one I printed out. Stampings, and lots of this kind of paper, which I love, in a coffee stains, and a little bit in orange and black Halloween colors. Here as well, more papers, and spiders, graph paper, all kinds of paper, ribbon. You can figure it out what to do with it, I'm sure. And that goes there. And so in the back here, just have a bird that I added, paper clipped, and a tag here. And one last tag over here. And everything's pretty well hand sewn. There is some gluing, but a lot of hand sewing as well. And so this is the end of my very first journal. My baby's going away, and I hope she has a nice life. I'm sure she'll be treated well. So I do look forward to making more journals, and thank you for watching, and maybe you'll come back another time. Hopefully in the future I will be making a channel and see how this goes and where it takes me. Thank you for watching. Again, it's Rosie from RoseByNameCo. Thank you. Bye-bye.